Section 6.1 Velocity. Speed is always a positive number that describes how fast you're going. Velocity describes not only the speed, but also what direction you're traveling. It has a sign. A positive velocity means you're moving away from the origin. The distance is increasing. And a negative velocity means you're going towards the object. Distance is decreasing. Suppose you drive at a constant 60 miles per hour for 4 hours without stopping or changing directions. Let's make graphs of the distance versus time and velocity versus time. So here I have my time axis. I'll call it T, and I'll do that in hours. And there's 4 hours, so we'll go 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours. And we'll look at the distance that we're going. Maybe I'll go 60, 120, 180, 240. This is going to be the distance. We'll call it D, and we'll make that in miles. So this is the distance from where you start. So at the beginning, where you start, the distance is 0. You haven't gone anywhere. You go 60 miles per hour, say for 1 hour. How far away are you? 60 miles. So your distance is now at 1 hour, 60 miles. In between, if you're driving at a constant 60 miles per hour, in a half an hour, you'll be 30 miles. So you'll be here. So the line will look like that from there to there. 2 hours, you're going to be another 60 miles. So you're 60 miles after 1 hour. You're going to drive another 60 miles by hour 2. It's going to look like this. Then 3 hours, and then 4 hours. So on the 4th hour, you're 240 miles away from where you started if you drive 60 miles per hour for 4 hours. And this graph will give you how far you are at any given time. So at 2.5 hours, I'm right here at 150 miles away. You can read off at 3.5, or even like 3 hours and 1 minute. You can read off of this graph. Now let's look at our velocity. So our velocity, again, we'll have this axis in time. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, and 4 hours. This will be our T in hours, the same T. But here we have the velocity, which is your directed speed. So this is going to be in miles per hour away from where you start. So at the very beginning, when you start, you're not moving at all. But we're going to move at a constant 60 miles per hour. So that means if I make this 60, even though we start here, very quickly we accelerate up to 60 miles per hour. And then we stay at 60 miles per hour the entire time. So this is the graph of velocity. Note it's flat. Because this is a graph of directed speed, your speed is 60 miles per hour away the entire time. It's basically 60 the entire time. There's a little jump at the beginning to get to speed.